Hello everyone! To complete our lesson plan series, in this video, we will discuss another lesson plan format, the 5 E's or engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. What is the 5 E's format? How do you use it? And how is it different from the 3 I's and the 4 A's? This video is already the third part of our lesson plan series. In case you haven't watched the first and second part yet, I recommend you watch them first before this one so that you will have a background of the lesson plan parts and formats we have discussed so far, the 3 I's and the 4 A's. Now to see how the 5 E's format works, we will be using the same objectives and subject matter from our 3 I's lesson plan video. Let's have a quick recap of these parts before we proceed. 1. Objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to 1. Construct questions answerable by yes or no, and 2. Transform sentences into questions answerable by yes or no. And 2. Subject matter. Topic: yes or no question. Materials: pictures, PowerPoint presentation, laptop, paper, marker, etc. Reference: A. Brown, Intensive English 8, pages 32 to 33. The third part of the lesson plan is the procedure. This is where we will use the 5 E's format. In doing so, we will first discuss each of the format's components: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. Then, provide examples following the set objectives and subject matter. Take note that in writing this part of your lesson plan, you are going to number your items or use bullet points. The sample written in the table is a projection of each component in the procedure or lesson proper. It uses the third-person pronoun she because it assumes that the teacher is a woman. Engage. This part captures the student's interest. It encourages questions and critical thinking about a concept or skill after the engagement uncovers previous knowledge. Example: she shows pictures to the students and asks volunteers to construct sentences out of the given pictures. Examples: A. Picture of a student reading. B. Picture of a library with many books. C. Picture of a teacher reading The Lord of the Rings. Explore. Here, the teacher utilizes a hands-on or minds-on activity to encourage investigation and inquiry. The teacher facilitates discussion as students work together and explore. She asks students to transform their sentences into question form. She uses a sample question answerable by yes or no. She asks guide questions to the students. Guide questions. 1. What could be the possible answer to the question? 2. What are the changes found in the transformed question form from the given sentence? 3. What do we call that type of question? Explain. This is the formal introduction of important terms and vocabulary. The teacher uses valid questions and/or techniques to connect the student's exploration to the concept under examination. She gives students the opportunity to ask questions for clarifications. Students generalize the lesson. She asks guide questions. Guide questions. 1. What happens when a sentence is transformed into a question? 2. What happens to the main verb and auxiliary verb? 3. How then do you transform a sentence into a question? She guides the students to come up with the right conclusions. Elaborate. This part helps students extend their understanding of the concept in new situations. It requires students to use important terms and vocabulary. This also prepares the students before being evaluated by the teacher. In the 3 I's lesson plan, this is the integration part, while in the 4 A's, this is the application. She gives real-life examples of the lesson. She asks students to exchange sentences and questions answerable by yes or no. Topics should be about life, success, happiness, human emotions, dreams, inspirations, etc. For the evaluation part, the teacher must keep in mind the objectives set at the beginning of the lesson plan. Here, the students demonstrate what they have achieved based on the lesson objectives, while the teacher assesses their progress. 4. Evaluation. Instructions. Transform the following sentences into a yes or no question. Write your answer in the space provided. 1. She can drive a car. 2. He was born in this town. 3. They are nice. 4. They went to the swimming pool. 5. He loves this place. A complete lesson plan has 5 parts. The last part is the assignment. Here's an example. 5. Assignment. Instructions. Read the story in pages 35 to 37 of your English book. Write 10 yes or no questions in your notebook based on the story and share it to the class next meeting. To recap, here are the 5 parts of a lesson plan. 1. Objectives. 2. Subject matter. 3. Procedure. Here, you will use either of the 3 lesson plan formats you have learned. A. The 3 I's, B. The 4 A's, or C. The 5 E's. 4. Evaluation, and 5. Assignment. There are many ways to be creative in your lessons. Just use your imagination, be resourceful, and always keep the lesson plan principles and formats we have discussed in mind. Remember that, regardless of what type of lesson plan format your cooperating teacher, principal, or dean asks you to use, the 3 I's, the 4 A's, or the 5 E's, the process of writing a lesson plan essentially remains the same. Just remember that in writing a lesson plan, in the art of teaching as a whole, to, as Stephen Covey once said, begin with the end in mind. This ends our video series on how to write a lesson plan. I hope we were somehow able to help you understand and even write your own lesson plan. If you have any question or if you want us to make a video about a specific topic, please let us know in the comments section below. Also, if you find our videos helpful, please support our channel by giving them a like, sharing them to your classmates and colleagues, and subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much for your time and see you in our next videos.